Hello there. Hopefully my voice doesn't totally crap out because I am pretty sick, but I'll try. We'll see how far I go before I have to, I don't know, take like a tea break or something. But I wanted to share some little food doodles with y'all today. So a few months ago, I scanned in a bunch of my parents' recipes. They have 2 old recipe boxes with like index cards and little magazine cutouts of recipes from a couple generations. And I scanned them all in and I wanted to make something out of it. So maybe like kind of a zine cookbook format. I still haven't been able to like figure out how I want to format everything, but I knew I wanted a bunch of cute little drawings to go in it. So I took a bunch of the vegetables and fruits and other food items from the recipes, just scanning through them, and started to draw cute little cartoony versions of them. Some of them I did from memory purely, without looking at anything beforehand, and you can pretty easily tell, like, I don't remember what food looks like. So, like, I did, oh shoot, what was it? Cherries, I think, without any reference, and I was like, what are those? And in this page that I'm drawing on screen, I draw some chili peppers without looking at a reference, and they look crazy. So I do use both. Oh, the onions. The very first thing I drew were some onions, and I didn't have any reference photo. And I'm like, I think this is what an onion looks like. Fucking doesn't look anything like an onion. So then, with the reference picture in mind, like, okay, that's what an onion looks like. So on this page I started off with some artichokes. I can't remember what recipe that's inspired by, but I wrote it down on a list. Also tuna. There's so many fucking tuna recipes. There's this crunchy tuna salad, green bean casserole, 7-minute beef casserole, what else? A bunch of apple recipes, and carameled popcorn. Towards the end of this video, I tried to draw some popcorn. It's really difficult for me. I thought like popcorn was so recognizable, but like popcorn looks different every time, and I wasn't sure how to make it like a cartoony. Oh yeah, here's a chili pepper. It doesn't look anything like a chili pepper. The whole shape of it is like super fat. It looks like a banana with like a plate on its head. I don't know. So that was exciting. Baked ham, and then a bunch of like cake recipes and creamy chicken surprise. Oh no, it's not surprise, it's supreme. There was something surprise that I was like, ooh, I don't know about that. And then there's this like pudding on a recipe card, or like an index card, that is from, it's written with a typewriter, very clearly written with a typewriter, and it says it's from October 17th, 1909. So, wow, that's 110 years ago. And I have this recipe, which is really freaking cool. I'm really excited about the whole thing and this whole project. I really want to make it right, so I'm trying to, you know, put some effort into these little doodles so that I can plop them down wherever and maybe get some cool formatting stuff going on. I think for formatting I might need to take like a class on what's Skillshare. I might need to take something about like, I don't even know what software to use to like format a cookbook or like a picture intensive book, because I don't want it to be like a regular cookbook because it does have all these, all of these scanned in pictures, which I want the character from that in the cookbook. I don't just want to type out the recipe. And then I also want these cute little contemporary doodles. Oh, here's the surprise dish. The cherry pecan surprise. So, that's kind of weird. I also drew this pineapple. Oh, this is cat time. Cat disrupting me, trying to draw time. Here's his head. I tried to draw these pineapples without reference too. I think they still look like pineapples. But then when I looked at a picture of a pineapple later, I was like, oh, the tops of them don't really look like that. So I drew another one later with, you know, again, the reference in mind. Yeah, some of these sketches I really don't like, or they didn't come out how I thought they would. So I'll just not include those. From the previous page, or maybe the previous 2 pages, I scanned them in and I pulled out some of my favorite sketches and then just put them together in kind of like a pattern, and it looked really cute. So I don't know if it kind of looks like, I can't remember what that paper is called, but the paper that you put at the front and the like front pages of a book. I know there's a word for it, but I can't remember. So that might be something fun to put there. And I also plan to color all of these digitally. So I might do some screen recordy thing for that. I have to figure out how I'm gonna do that because I'm not really like I'm not comfortable with digital art like really at all. So I can color things in. I'm not really confident with like how I pick colors in Photoshop. For some reason they just never look like what I think they will, but I can't find the right color. I should probably take a class on that too. So, you know, I'll be working on it. And then I'm hoping to find some like nice muted colors, but then the colors will hopefully clue you into like what the food item actually is. Because I know for some of them, like the round fruits, for example, they all look the same. And I don't know. I think you could take the line art from one fruit and vegetable thing and say that it's the other one. Like I did broccoli and cauliflower. So I did broccoli on a previous page and then I did cauliflower on this page. I'm like, trying to draw them a little bit differently, but I'm like, this is the same shit. Like whatever that green one is, that's all like triangular, that's a different thing. Don't have any recipes for that. Don't even really know what that is. But at least that has like a different shape. Yeah, and I decided to put faces on most of the food items just because I really wanted it to be cute and not realistic. I didn't put any faces on the spaghetti, did I? I don't know how to put a face on spaghetti. Off screen, I did some more doodles, like the spaghetti, and that was hard in general. I'm still not really sure if it looks like spaghetti, but hopefully with the colors it does. But soon we'll be getting more into like some of the dessert stuffs, like cream pies and I don't know, little cookie bars and stuff like that. So that'll be fun. I should probably do some more meats too, but I just don't find them very cute. I myself am a vegetarian, so I'm like trying to draw like a what is it, roast? No, not roast. Baked ham? Is that the word? Trying to draw some ham and I'm like, that's not cute. But maybe the desserts will be a lot cuter. And then there's like a lot of like casserole and like all-in-one baked dishes, like this creamy crunchy ham and onion frittata that I just don't know how to differentiate drawing all of those. So I'm like, okay, I can draw a ham and I can draw an onion. Maybe I'll just put the picture of the onion next to this dish, you know? That's kind of like my plan. Then there's some things like, I'm like, okay, I think I can draw a marshmallow, but you're not gonna know what it is until it like has some context next to it. Otherwise it's just gonna be like, wow, a cylinder. And like drawing Jello, I'm like, okay, I can draw some cubes in a bowl, but that's gonna look like cubes in a bowl. Or like here, I'm drawing some dates. I'm like, do they, like, if you saw that on its own, would you think like, oh, that's a date? Because I feel like cherries, you're like, okay, those are cherries. Or like an apple, that's an apple. Okay, I totally fucked up the text on this one. I don't know, man. I thought I need to write that they're dates because I don't think anyone will know what they are. But then I just totally screwed the pooch on that one. I don't know if that's the right phrase to use for that scenario. Oh no, we're starting to die. Oh yeah, but the dates are for this date pudding recipe that I have, which is the sparsest recipe. It's 3 like typed lines on an index card, again, as always, with a typewriter, and all it says is steam 2.5 hours and serve with whipped cream or sweet sauce as like the directions. I'm like, what? I don't even think it has dates in it. Wait, oh no, it does. Okay, never mind. Oh, and then I just love the span of generations that these recipes have, because some are like a lot of magazine cutouts, like spicy fish and okra stew from, I don't know, some magazine, and there's like little articles about cooking and stuff too. And then there's like these old typed recipes, and then there's like recipes from like my mom and dad where they wrote them out on an index card and stuck them in there. Like, I don't know. I love that it's kind of like a historical project as well. Especially like the terms that are used in some of these older recipes. I'm like, I don't even know what that means. Yeah. And then there's like very heavily branded recipes. Like, you need to use this brand of flour and this brand of yeast. But then the older shit is just like, find some yeast and pour it in a bowl and you've made bread. Alright, so that's it. I'll be doing some more videos on this, I think. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you did. And what's your favorite food that you might want me to doodle? I don't know, man.